Hello, ladies and welcome to another Is It Worth the Grind video. And today we are looking at the T110E5. It's been asked for a lot, and here it comes. So let's get right into it. So, is it worth the grind? Well, it is, yeah, it is, because it is. If you are new at this game, or if you want to jump into it, this is the line you probably are going to get first, because this is one of the easiest grinds in the game that teaches you some good things and tricks about this game. Low tiers are pretty bad, but these are alright. The M3 is shit. T1 Heavy is alright. It's fast with shitty armor, decent gun. This has a much better gun, but it's still kind of the same. It's a bit slower, but same shitty armor. T29, one of the strongest tier for tier tanks. It's really powerful and it teaches you how to use hold down tactics, which is really important in this game because you want to do it in any tank you have, but these tanks are just excellent at it. Same goes with the T32. It's slightly worse than the T29 was at tier 7. Well, in tier 8 this is slightly worse than it was the T29 was in tier 7. It's a better tank, but it's just not that much better. M103, same thing. It's better than the T32, much better actually, but in tier 9 every tier 9 heavy is a really powerful beast apart from like some exceptions. And M103, in my opinion, falls a bit short from the best tier 9s, so but still, it's a really solid all-rounder. And the E5, I have quite the same feeling about it. It's not the best tier 10, but it is pretty close to it. It falls a bit short for me, but some people just prefer this playstyle much more than I do, so they might think of it differently. So, let's see the armor. Armor is really powerful. The hull is one of the best hulls on any heavy tank frontally. You can't really find a lot of spots on upper plate where you can actually pen it with 250 penetration gun, like just about here, but it's a really weird spot to shoot, like here. No, I don't know, I haven't shot that in at all ever, so I don't know. Lower plate though, lower plate is quite weak, 200 armor. If you roll really unlucky with the tier 10 in the tank, you might bounce, but you should pen most of the times. Ammo rack is located in the sides in the wheel, so if you can catch this, always try to do it. E5 ammo rack is almost 2 times less effective when the ammo rack is alive, and it's easy to do it. Turret, one of the better turrets frontally there as well, if you don't count this. Pretty good. You can't really find a lot of weak spots here. I mean, 240, the worst you can get here. And other than that, this turret is really powerful. The turret wing is not very strong, but it's still strong enough. The weak spot on top, it's 278 all around, but you can see how sloped it is by the machine gun. So try to avoid shooting this spot here, because you can get some troll ricochets here. Like if you look at this, it's a ricochet, even though it looks like a weak spot. Same, it goes below the machine gun as well. You see here. So try to get this area below the machine gun, and all this side is easily penetrable for anything tier 9 plus. Even some tier 8s can do it easily. Well, most tier 8s should be able to actually. Tier 8s need to be a bit more lucky than tier 9s and 10s though. Other than that, the side armor is utter trash. The rear armor is utter trash. It's American. This is 40. It's hilarious. The gun is 120 mil, 258 penetration, 400 alpha, reload of around 8 point something seconds, gets 6 rounds per minute, but you can boost it with all the equipment and all that jazz. View range 400, oh well, let's talk about the gun properly. Accuracy 0.35, aiming time 2 seconds, which is pretty damn good for a heavy tank, so peekaboo tactics are pretty good. The engine is pretty good as well, 875 horsepower, which gives the power to weight ratio of 16.1, which is pretty damn good. The speed limit forwards is 37, I'm gonna reach it easily. Backwards speed is pretty bad at 12, which is actually pretty damn bad for a heavy tank that's sort of agile. Backwards, this tank feels really sluggish. Traverse speed of 30, which is pretty damn good also. What else there is to add? Not much. Let's get in. Oh no, let's talk equipment as well. Rammer, word stab, optics. Can change optics to ventilation if you don't like to play aggressive in the middle of most maps. Consumables, as always, nothing really much to talk about there. Ammo count is 42. Don't really don't take too many HE, because you can run out of ammo in the E5 with quite easily if you just have given the chance to shoot enough. Other than that, well, crew skills, 6 tense repairs, obviously. Safe storage, quite important. Smooth right, snapshot, situational awareness, all the good stuff, more or less. This tested actually increased something. But yeah, that's about everything there is I have to say about the E5, so let's get into the replay. So here we go, T110E5 on Ruinberg encounter, best hunting ground for ace tanker. As always, encounter usually tend to find the games usually last longer just because it's not that easy to cap. Other than that, it's a tier 10 game, quite a lot of tier 10s, like half of the teams are tier 10, so it won't be an easy walk in the park. And as always on this map, I just try to spot people in the middle where the backshot is, and as always, in any good game I have to shoot my first shot in utter random bullshit location, so I can take the next shots properly. I think this spot is crucial on encounter in Ruinberg, because you can control the middle if you have this spot, and the same way from the other side, if you go where the IS-8 now is and the backshot, you can control the middle, and fighting for this spot I think is crucial and usually wins the games or loses them. It depends on the outcome of this engagement. Most of the time, at least, you can always get around that if your team like goes all in down and doesn't send anybody to the middle. But other than that, I really think this is a really great spot to fight over, and it's pretty fair, and there's not like bias to the one flank. You can easily have great fights here, and yeah, highly recommended to go here and fight. And this repair kit, I'll be really sour that I didn't have it a bit later on, but now I'm kind of... I didn't really think about it too much, but then again, you really don't want to start your game with a broken gun, so I was more than happy to use my repair kit here. Now I'm not sure, can I see the Yak Panther or not? I probably cannot. Yeah, I probably cannot, but I'm not really sure. I mean, I can see his silhouette and everything, but I would rather make sure that I can. Like, if I had these shots, I can easily take them. Now I'm just trying to aim from third person and see what's up and what's in my way. Can't do this. There's ground in front. Shouldn't even think about that shot anymore. And now the Batchet reveals his position, and he's gonna lose a lot of health, and that's a really poor Batchet player right there. Well, it's a really poor play, not the player. Player's alright. You really don't want to do that in the Batchet. Trading shots with multiple tanks that are all looking at you, that's like the worst thing ever in a Batchet. But enough with the Batchet. Next move, when the people in the middle are kind of dead, you can actually push forwards and try to get some more shots. And again, I shoot the wall, ground, trying to get my shots from third person, not really working out so far for me. But the pattern doesn't even know that I'm here, so I can have great shots on him. Must be careful, there's a Yak Panzer right in front of me, so I'll back out right away and take a different angle where the Yak Panzer can't shoot me, but where I can nail his teammates. And this shot goes into the side of the pattern, and he gets killed by the Yak Panzer as well. This is pretty good engagement for the E100 all the way so far in this game. All of the shots are medium to long range. Most people didn't even notice that I was there, didn't even know that I was there, but those who knew, they had to fight me at long ranges where it's not easy to pen. E5 is not that easy to pen at long ranges. You can almost hit the lower plate or the weak spot, but it's not that easy. So it's one of the hardest tanks to pen in range, so that's a crucial point when you play the E5. You want to keep it at least 200 meter range from your enemies, and then you'll have a good time. Otherwise, if you don't do that, then you might find yourself really sour. Now, here I make a huge mistake. This is a really bad play. This is a really bad spot. I knew that guy was there. I saw him on the minimap, and yeah, I'm really sour that I don't have my repair kit anymore. He shoots me in the side, in the front, and I lose my ammo rack. And now I have to sit on 16-second reload, and the game isn't even 5 minutes in. That is really bad for me, because this game is really close, and that's really not what you want to happen to you, to be sitting without the ammo rack. And yeah, I wasted my shot as well because the guy died just before I fired. This game isn't looking very well for me, but we're still winning. And my not having ammo rank and being only 500, 900 health kind of sucks though. Now that I have to deal with two campers and an E100 to a camping TDs and an E100, which isn't the best thing to happen to you, but the Ekmancer seems to have fucked up quite badly, but I don't really want to take a shot in the face, because he's more or less looking only at me at this point, so I'm really not that... There he goes, there he dies. My 16-second reload makes me quite ineffective, but take a snapshot on an E100, doesn't really, can't even hope for banning that, and that was my own sixth sense caught in there, and just decided to look at the middle, and hey, here we go, ISH shell flies right next to my head. E100 is still camping there. I have to decide what I'm gonna do, and I think the best move here is to either shoot the ISH. Well, that's the best move now for sure, because he's just showing his ass. But then again, I can't kill him because of the 16-second reload, and the Foch kills our patent, which is pretty damn bad as well. So the game is looking more close the more we go in it, and the E4 in the city doesn't look that great either, because he has all the enemies going for him. Bounce another shell, E100 misses, Foch bounces, and bounce again. As you see, at this difference, at this distance, it's not that easy to pen the E5. Well, that English, very strong. But yeah, E5's armor gets much better the longer the distance is between you and your enemies, because a lot of people just tend to blind shot and random shoot like you're in the middle of the tank, and this tank can absorb that kind of shots quite a lot. I mean, the turret is strong, the upper hull is strong, so if you aim at the middle of this tank you will not have a good time, and if you aim at the lower plate or the weak spot, there's quite high chance of you missing. So yeah, you want to try to make your enemies miss you as much as you can, or just to make them shoot from long ranges and bounce off your upper plate or the turret, gunman, or whatever. E5 has one of the highest DPMs in the game from the tier 10 heavies, not when it's ammo wrecked though. The FV 215B definitely has higher DPM, and I'm not sure, but the 113 might have higher DPM as well. I'm not sure about that one though. It might be really close. But yeah, the E5 quite a well all-rounder. As you can see, your armor is reliable enough, the gun is good enough. So I'm really still sour that I'm ammo wrecked, and I still have to fight two tanks. If the E100 plays well, he can easily take the win home, because I'm almost a one-shot for him, and they have a full health Foch as well to make things even worse. Here I have trying to support the Foch. I know that they're trying to support the E75. The E75, if he dies and I'm in the middle of the open, I'm gonna die as well. And with 16-second reload, I can't fight back, so I have decided to sit here and just wait what happens, if they give me shots or not, because I'm 16-second reload, you can't really do much about it. And the E75 dies and I can't get any shots here. Like, could get a little bit of silhouette from them, but no, those are not proper shots. No, I shouldn't take those. Not with a 16-second reload. But now we just sit here and wait. I was thinking about writing in the chat for the IS-3 to go cap, because that will be a decent thing for an IS-3 to do. The E100 gets spotted, just wait a bit, aim properly, and put one into his lower plate, and he manages to bounce off an ISU, which is somewhat hilarious, but I can feel for the E100. He's going around, which is not the smartest move in my opinion, since he just lost a lot of his health. Just picking if the Foch is not following, and he just fired, seeing where he was. I decided to go across and face the E100 and kill him, even if it means that I'll have to take a shot in my face. But the thing about these kind of engagements, I aim so fast, and the E100's weak spots are so obvious that I'm pretty sure that I can take out the first shot, and I did, and the E100 is dead now. That's another nice thing about the E5, you actually have to aim for the weak spots on this tank, otherwise you're not gonna pen. It's not like some other tier 10s where it's an easy lower plate shot. It is kind of at this tank, but I mean, if he's using the 15cm gun and not shooting heat, the C100, then he really had to aim for my weak spots. And even lower plate shots could bounce. So yeah, that's something to look out for when you are trying an E5. You usually tend to take your shots first because of the great aiming time and the fact that your enemies usually try to aim. Usually they try to aim for a cupola, and that's not the biggest target in the world, so you get some additional time with that as well. Here the ISU decides to YOLO, and I'm gonna use that as well to just get close. How to kill a Foch TD is just to get close. It's as simple as that. A TD can't turn in at all. It can't face two directions at once. It can't back out. It can't do anything. When you get close, it's over. And I am close, and it's more or less over. Get the track. Since I have 16-second reload, I still have to wait a long time to be able to reload. The Foch doesn't really know what to do now, and he gets shot in the ass by the IS-3. I was kind of afraid that he's gonna YOLO me, and with my 16-second reload he probably would have killed me, but instead I can side scrape now, and the E5 is pretty good at side scraping unless your cupola is sticking out, and my cupola isn't sticking out this time. As you see, the Foch is just shooting right in the tracks and doing no damage whatsoever. As you see, the angle isn't going, it's not very good. Another shot right in the track, didn't even track me, and have to wait for my 16-second reload. And here we go. No troll weak spot this time, and he's dead. So there we go, 7.5k damage, got ammo arc like what, when I had 4k damage, 3k, would have had much better game if it wasn't for that ammo arc, but it was a result of my bad play, and I completely accept it, and it was my own fault, and I should not have done it. 168 spotting damage, which is not a lot, but that's on the E100 at some point in the game. Somebody actually shot him. But 72% accuracy, not very good, especially when you're ammo-arced half of the game. You must try to take your shots better. Team-wise, the enemy Foch did the most damage, but really camping like that isn't really a great achievement for a player, no matter what tank he's driving. Nonetheless, our team, not a lot of great scores. The IS-3 I guess had a decent game, but other than that, most people had quite trashy games. The Patton did quite a bit of damage, and the E4 as well, but other than that, nobody can really say that they carried the game apart from myself. So there we go, 7.5k damage, 4,170 potential damage received, 1,258 experience, with premium count is 1,887. It's not that much experience for an ace tanker, but tier 10s usually take a bit less experience to get ace tanker. So yeah, that's the E5 for you. It's a really strong tier 10, it's a really good all-rounder. It's not the best in my opinion. I'm not even sure which is the best in my opinion, but this isn't definitely. It's not my favorite tank to play, that's for sure as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I really think it's worth the grind because of how easy the line is, and it's a good line for a starter, and it's decent for if you want a seal club as well. Tier 7, 8 is extremely powerful. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.